What's up, Laker Nation? Alex Kirschman, I'm here, joined by Noel Sanchez at Noise by Noel. We're here to talk about the Lakers' utter domination of the New Orleans Pelicans during the in-season tournament semis in Las Vegas. What's up, Noel?
What are you doing, man? What's good, Alex? I'm really excited. I think it was one crazy game. We had two back-to-back really good games. See, the first one against the Phoenix Suns, that was just a classic. I think really any basketball fan appreciated that. And then just Laker fans going to Las Vegas, it really looked like it was a Lakers home game up in there. And then everybody just took care of business, and now we're about to see the man Tyrese Halliburton, the one that everybody's talking about, and the Indiana Pacers. So I'm really excited for that.
I am too. Yeah, we didn't talk about the Suns game. I guess we can touch on that quickly, but basically, very close game, controversial ref call there, maybe a little home cooking. I don't care. The Lakers advanced, and then we saw that they very much deserve to be there tonight. So, what a game tonight! LeBron James looking insane. Anthony Davis looking really good. Zion Williamson looking out of shape. What a surprise! And just overall, a really fun performance from LA. It didn't really look like it was going to be a blowout after that first quarter. The Pelicans were up by a point, 30-29, high scoring affair. And then in the second quarter, LeBron James just started nailing threes like he was Michael Jordan in the 1992 finals.
What a
And
callback. Luol Deng right there.
former Laker all day. So, but what is it? Yeah, he looked great. Everyone talks about how old he is. He is old. He's the oldest player in the NBA. He's going to be 39 years old in 23 days as of this recording. And he had, I think, what do you have? 31 points? 30 points.
It was like 30 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds.
It wasn't like 8 assists. Hold on. I'm gonna look this up to get the official stat line here. Okay. Yeah, so 30
35 and 8. Yeah,
points.
you're right.
Yeah, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, no turnovers, plus 36. He only played 22 and a half minutes. This is the first time ever that he's scored 30 points or more in less than 25 minutes, according to the TNT broadcast. Just utter domination. Looked engaged on both ends, which he doesn't always in the regular season, especially. And what a night. Um, Anthony Davis looked great. 16 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Um, just bullied those guys down low too. Like they were doing this thing where Valanciunas and Williamson would switch, like they do like a 4 or 5 pick and roll and try to switch the coverages. Doc Rivers pointed this out, and then I couldn't stop watching it. But like basically, they would just switch LeBron onto Valanciunas, and it didn't make any difference at all because Davis could cover Zion, and I thought it was weird. They just kept going with that. But they try to use Zion as a point forward. So anyway, but yeah, so like big takeaways, Noah. What do you think about this game, and what do you think about LA's chances against the Indiana Pacers? Upstart Indiana Pacers haven't dropped a game yet, just like the Lakers 6-0, and they killed Milwaukee. They didn't kill Milwaukee, but they beat Milwaukee 128-119.
It just seems like Kevin Durant said this when we beat Phoenix Suns the other day. It's like this tournament is really made for like the Lakers with our fan base, with kind of like I think it was a really good jump start for the team. There was a lot of panic around the team during the first couple weeks of the season. There was a lot of injuries. The vibes weren't as high as last season when they made that Western Conference Finals run. And I think a big part of it is because the Lakers were kind of coming out flat-footed. We saw them lose that game against Houston where Jalen Green went crazy against us. Weren't really showing much energy. We were dropping games that we should have been winning or at least competing in. We were blowing big leads. We were one of the worst first quarter teams in history. But then I think when you have something like the in-season tournament, something so new, DeMarcus Cousins said this the best himself. LeBron James, he wants to be the first to do everything at this point. He is trying to just keep adding things to his resume to make him the greatest of all time. And when you have something like the in-season tournament, that is only going to add fuel to his fire. And I think the leadership that he holds in that Lakers locker room, even to this day, everybody knows it's still his team, even though Anthony Davis got the bag, even though he's still super dominant. LeBron James wants this in-season tournament championship. He wants it more than anybody in the league right now, and I think you could tell. Even someone like Tyrese Halliburton, who knocked out the Bucks and it's on the rise. I think LeBron James just wants this more than any other superstar in the league. You could tell, and it's rubbing off on the rest of the team. And I just think the energy that the Lakers have right now, even though the Pacers, they're fun, they're super fast. I think you look at how our defense is with Vando and Cam on the court. You look at Torian Prince finally starting to hit some shots and pick his energy up. Austin Reeves is getting his aggression back, and he's really embracing that role as that scorer and facilitator coming out of the second unit. So, I mean, the biggest key, you're going to have to stop Tyrese. You're going to have to limit Bruce Brown coming in and scoring in bunches. I think AD should probably make some easy work with Miles Turner. So, I like our chances against the Pacers, Alex. How about yourself?
Yeah, I think I thought the Lakers were gonna drop this. I thought they were gonna lose to the Pelicans. That was gonna be a close
Ooh.
game. So I feel embarrassed about that, man. But after seeing what they did to the Pelicans, I think that they should have the advantage over the Pacers, who are just gonna be happy to be there. Um, Halliburton's going to be tough to stop, but everyone else won't be. So I feel like, yeah, if you limit everybody else and you make Halliburton beat you, I think that's a decent formula. They don't have a ton of size outside of Turner and then what's that guy, Jalen Smith. But like, I don't know. I'm not that worried about them. I think it's been a fun story, and I think they're going to be
I
like a
think I think
hard
you said
out.
it best right now. I think you literally said it best when you said they're happy to be here. They're riding a really high wave right now. They're definitely one of the premier young teams in the league, and I mean their definition of like a league pass. Like you buy a league pass to watch them. Truly, I think any basketball geek or any basketball nerd should be amazed with how Tyrese Halliburton is able to shoot with the form he does, and still, I mean, in my opinion, he's probably the best point guard in the East right now. So, like you said, it's a good story, but I think this in season tournament is really the Lakers to lose right now.
Jalen Smith also has a heel injury, so I was wondering why he didn't play today. Turns out, yeah, I wouldn't
Oh,
worry about him
they have
on
Isaiah
Saturday.
Jackson. I think he's probably gonna have a bigger role,
Yeah, I
springy
guess
big man.
so. He had a big game today, 5 of 7, 11 points, 6 rebounds, and then
Yeah,
Toppin.
shout out
Toppin's
Isaiah
their second.
Jackson played at Spire Academy with LaMelo in his senior year of high school.
Oh, there you go. Okay,
Yo,
future Laker probably then.
probably.
Cool. Yeah, I think that I think you're right. I don't know. I mean, like, we'll see, right? The big issue is guard play. It has been all year for the Lakers. So they don't have Gabe Vincent, who's their best perimeter defender. Could be a bit of an issue with Halliburton going off right now. Just like killing the game, scoring
Wait, you
and,
said
and
Gabe Vincent
passing.
is the best perimeter defender?
Gabe Vincent is the Lakers' best perimeter defender. Yeah, you say Vando?
I say Cam or Vando. Come on, you can't discredit what Cam's been doing, man.
Cam's been good. Cam's been good. It's been like 2 weeks. I don't know. Gabe Vincent
It's
did it
been
in the
no. It's
finals.
been closer to a month than it has 2 weeks.
I don't know. I just, like you see, like his scoring kind of comes in and out. No, to be fair, Gabe Vincent has not been scoring. He's averaging like 6 points a
I get
game
it
or
though.
whatever.
It's our guys. We got to protect our guys. You like Gabe Vincent, I like Cam Reddish. So
Yeah, and
I understand. We got to
Reddish,
keep that.
Reddish is cool. Like I like what Reddish gives them, but it's just so soon. I just have trouble trusting him. But
No, for sure. That is
I
fair.
mean,
I will give you that for now. All right. I know you're not gonna buy some Cam Reddish stock with me just yet, but
no, he's good. I mean, like it's crazy, like the way that things are shaking out. We can talk about this too, but like uh, Christian Wood isn't in the lineup anymore. He played tonight after the game was totally over, and Darvin Ham threw in the towel. 8:15 left in the game. Brought in him, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and Maxwell Lewis, the two rookies. So,
yeah, that was
so
exciting to see. Got to see the youngins get a little bit of run at the end in Vegas.
it's crazy that Wood is below Jackson Hayes now in the hierarchy. Although I guess it makes sense because Hayes is a better defender, and they don't need Wood's shooting because they have like Hachimura can shoot as a big guy. So and LeBron now. So I guess it's weird to me still though. I don't know. Everyone was so hyped about Christian Wood. I was too. And to see him playing below Jackson Hayes and Jared Vanderbilt and Rui Hachimura off the bench, making him the fourth bench big, that's a little surprising to me.
Yeah, that's the tough part. I think with once the Lakers got healthy, that was kind of like a preseason question that I know you even wrote an article about over on Sports Illustrated. Do the Lakers have too much depth? That was something that you brought up, and that was a question that I think we talked about in an early preseason pod, and it's interesting, and that I feel like that kind of brings us into our next topic, which talking about the production and the minute restriction that LeBron James was supposed to be on. Like he's on this historic tear right now, and kind of I think all this forward depth was brought in so that way he wouldn't have to do so much. I mean, what do you think about the months moving forward? We're about to end off the year. We're about to enter into January before we know it, right around the trade deadline. Do you think that LeBron James is, the way he's playing right now, is it going to keep the Lakers from making a trade, trading away some of that forward depth, or what do you think the move is there?
That's a good question. I think the issue is getting like a ball handler that can kind of defend the other end when LeBron is not playing. I don't know what the position is. I mean, you could try to upgrade the Torian Prince spot or one of the guard spots. My inclination was getting a guy to pair with Reeves, moving Reeves to the point, and starting him again eventually, flipping D'Angelo Russell and doing it that way. But you could, find like a ball handling, playmaking three to play alongside LeBron James too. That's fine. You can't play a 39-year-old, 33.3 minutes a game, not resting many games, and expect him to stay healthy and be like the main creator.
I think the interesting name that I've been seeing float around a little bit lately, I'd be interested to get your thoughts on him, Jeremy Grant.
Well, I mean, he's not like a. I don't
He's
think he
not
was like a
like
big
a like you can't
playmaker.
give him the ball every possession and he's gonna like do something crazy. But I do think he can put the ball on the floor. I think he can get the ball in the basket. He can defend the other team's best player. He can slot into that three spot pretty nicely next to LeBron and AD.
Yeah, he would be an upgrade over Taurean Prince. He's been pretty
Yeah,
erratic as a. Well, he's a decent shooter, but he's just kind of like those games where he just disappears. But
exactly.
Jimmy Grant's better than him. He's way more expensive, but
Making a lot
he's
more money.
better.
No, they're definitely that's the issue. That's where I think like I don't know. Like if it were up to me, I want to keep our team the way it is. I think we make little marginal moves, but the way our offense looks right now, just like you were talking about, I do think of something big is brewing. Whether it's the Zach trade or whether it's something else. That's why I think like anybody in the Zach LaVine, Jeremy Grant price tag range, the Lakers are going to be heavily looking at and talking with those teams.
Yeah, I mean, I like Jeremy Grant as a. He's basically just a better Taurean Prince.
Yeah,
A little bit more switchable. He can play more four. So that's actually yeah, that's good. And you also don't have to give up a ton to get him. So like that's not terrible. Because we're talking about like Siakam or whatever. Anunoby is kind of the ideal, I think.
yeah,
But assuming they can't get Anunoby because they don't have enough picks, then the next kind of tier is like a Zach or a Grant, maybe below Zach. But Siakam can't shoot, so I don't know. It might be some
yeah.
positional
And the interesting
redundancy
thing
with
with
James
Levine
and
is
Davis.
the new injury report. He's literally going to be out until the January 15th trade deadline when magically
Yes,
Rui and D'Lo are able to be traded together, or Reeves.
yes, he's injured. It's the fakest
Just
injury I've seen since like the last time James Harden was injured. But the problem is like the Bulls look so much better without him. I just hope the teams aren't paying too much attention. Also, it's not like the Bulls are good. They're just having a bit of a post Zach bump because the offense flows so much better because he is a bit of a ball stopper and he's also just really checked out. So I don't think it's totally just a function of him being bad and them being better without him as much as it is him being um, disengaged. So,
gotcha. 100%.
although although it's not great, it's not a great look. I will say. So like I guess we'll see.
It's definitely not a great look. I mean, and I think that's just the problem with kind of like NBA players demanding trades as of late. You see it with Harden was like the top of the totem pole in that, where it's like you completely just like kind of mess up your reputation because you want to not just leave but go to a certain place. Levine kind of was going about it in the right way because he gave the Bulls multiple options, but then it's just a bad look the way he shrugged off the reporter, and then now just the multiple like the little antics like you're saying like you see all the time because you're a Bulls fan. But yeah, it's unfortunate, and I'm not too sure that doesn't make the Bulls want to do business with the Lakers in a fair way.
Yeah, I mean that's the question, right? Like, can the Bulls get enough picks back for Zach? And what do they want? I just hope that they don't settle for anything less than a pick and a pick swap for him, and then at least a pick, maybe two for Caruso, and then a pick for DeMar. Like, just get a bunch of picks back so you get as many shots as possible at striking gold in the lottery.
Yeah,
But whatever, I don't know. There's other guys are going to emerge. That OG Anunoby situation seems to be something that no one is really talking about. Everyone's talking about Siakam as the trade chip, but I feel like Anunoby makes so much more sense for so many more teams. Like, Siakam might be the better player, but Anunoby is an easier fit. So it's kind of like DeMar versus Zach. DeMar's a
yeah.
better player than Zach, but Zach you can fit in more alongside other more players, I think. But yeah, I don't know, but I think they do need to make a shake-up trade. I don't trust the guard play. Reeves has been so up and down, and then Russell didn't score double digits for the last couple of nights until this game. And then we've seen what he's done in the playoffs. I don't trust him. And his defense is so bad that it's just risky against like all those great guards that you see in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think the big question there too is that's could be kind of like the topic we end off right here is if D'Angelo Russell is traded, say for a Zach LaVine or Jeremy Grant or an OG Anunoby, that means that either you have to kind of try to get a point guard in that package somehow, whether it's Caruso, someone else, or you essentially trust Gabe Vincent to kind of run the offense with LeBron James as the primary ball handler. I think that's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah, it's tough because, like, we barely saw Gabe Vincent. He's played 4 games, and he looked bad in those games, at least offensively. Defensively, it was pretty good. But, yeah, it's tough to know, right? It's tough to know. Ostensibly, if he's, like, 2023 finals Gabe Vincent, then, yeah, maybe you don't have to mess with it too much. You can try to improve that D'Angelo Russell spot, but
Yep.
you don't – there's not as much of an impetus if he is back in that form and he's healthy at some point. We don't know when he's coming back, too. We don't know. This injury's been lingering. We didn't think it was going to take this long, and he's not going to play on Saturday. So it's just it's a bit of a weird situation. I guess really until January, it's all kind of like time for Rob Pelinka to sort of assess what he's got.
Yeah, once the calendar switches, then that's really when those games really matter and people get on the hot seat, and that's when the real rumors kick in. Like as as the Lakers players, they're never going to be free from trade rumors from being included in conversations. So that's going to be definitely a hot topic moving forward. I mean, every episode, I think we're going to be having these trade talks, these trade updates.
Yeah,
It's going to be fun. It's always fun around this time.
what about like a Piston? Would you take like a young Piston, and do you think they would give up a young not Cade, but like Jalen Duran or something?
I mean, I would love Jalen Duran, but I think that's their center moving forward. I think that's like their. I think Cade, Jalen Duran, and Asar Thompson. Those guys are untouchable on the Pistons. I think anybody else they'd be willing to move.
So Jaden Ivey to be willing to move.
I think Jaden Ivey doesn't even play right now for them. He's not getting no PT.
He's not playing?
It's like a whole situation like in Detroit. They're giving Killian Hayes more minutes because he's better defensively. Cade is obviously the main ball handler. Asar Thompson is like an all-around guy, and I love his game. He just needs to get his jump shot. But trust, like if you look it up or if you go on TikTok or anything, it's crazy. Jaden Ivey is not getting no more opportunities this season.
So that means Detroit's done with him. So that means
That means
Williams
that could be something that Pelinka and them are monitoring. I think that would be very interesting.
they've lost 18 straight. Like I don't know what about Killian Hayes' performance has convinced Monty Williams he's so much better. But
I have no idea either. It's funny you bring that up because I was just thinking. I was like, wow. I was like Jaden Ivey compared to when he first got drafted, he is not getting the opportunity that he deserves.
Wow, that is surprising. I can't say that I've watched any Pistons games that aren't against the Bulls. The Pistons haven't played the Lakers yet, right? So, but yeah, I didn't realize that they're playing Killian Hayes as a starter. That's insane.
So Killian Hayes is getting the opportunity, and then the big reason why they're struggling is because of 3-point shooting, and that's because Bogdanovich was hurt. But now that Bogdanovich is back, reports are immediately out that they want to trade him.
Okay, I mean, they're gonna break that record, 26 straight losses. But sure,
That's
yeah,
what it's looking like. I mean, they're probably all in on Ron Holland. He's like the projected #1 pick, or Isaiah Collier. Maybe they have their eyes set on the lottery.
Oh yeah, the USC guy. Sure, whatever. Have at it, Detroit. There's a lot of really bad teams out there. The Spurs are on a 15-game losing streak too. So, oof. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But there's a move to be made from the Lakers. I don't know. I think I'm inclined to think that it's going to be more than marginal because it's the Lakers. But we'll see what their record is. Right now they're 14-9 and they're 4th in the West after this win. So this is the best they've looked. I would say all year. This is probably their best win.
They got to play every game like it's an in-season tournament game. There's something different about those matches with them.
I guess so. Yeah, they really stepped up. It's kind of crazy. Last thing I want to say was that the in-season tournament's been a smash hit, and it reminds me. I thought it was supposed to be like the mid-season like soccer tournaments in Europe, but it feels more like those early season invitationals in the NCAA basketball world. Where it's a lot of games close together, and the stakes are more elevated, and people are playing for pride and stuff, and they do try harder, and it's kind of the same thing here. It's a sort of a fun kind of status check on the league as a whole. So
yeah, 100%. Awesome. I think it was kind of thrown at fans like out of nowhere, and like I think even midway through, a lot of fans still don't understand. But they saw high level basketball. They saw a bracket in front of them where they could bet and they could make predictions. And I mean, really, that's all you really need in sports today. You need to give the fans a reason to kind of another reason to pay attention. And if the players are competing hard, that's all that matters.
Right, that player buy-in is so huge, and they're all into it, which I am struck by. Like I did not see that coming, but yeah, they're going for it. Not everybody, like the Heat, like couldn't care less.
Yeah.
But the Warriors, I think. Well, the Warriors are kind of a mess, actually. I don't know if it's totally like they were trying in that
They
Kings
were.
game.
No, they were very disappointed after that Kings game.
Yeah, they're just so small. Yeah, so okay, so maybe they were trying there, but I don't know. I just feel like not everybody could get up in time, basically.
Yeah.
But the Lakers did, and the Nuggets were a bit checked out, but
So
yeah,
championship game is Saturday, right?
Saturday,
Okay, we
ABC.
will be back here after Saturday game on the pod reviewing everything.
Well,
Hopefully
final
it's
prediction: Lakers by less than 10 or more than 10.
less than 10. It's going to be a shootout and it's going to be real close.
I like it. I agree. Let's do it.
Awesome.
Lakers
Okay.
by 8.
Cool. Well, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like always, make sure you follow me at Noise by Noel. Make sure you go read all of Alex Kirschenbaum, aka Luol Deng's work at All Lakers Sports Illustrated. We're gonna be coming at you guys once again right after the play. I always say the play-in tournament for some reason. Right after the in-season tournament championship. Alex, any last words for the viewers?
They should change the name. In-season tournament is so long. In-season tournament championship, so long. Commissioner's Cup, I think, is the name of the WNBA. Let's do something like that. The name of the trophy is NBA Cup, but like let's condense the name of the in-season tournament. That's my last.
I'm all for that too, 100%.
All right. Thanks, Noel, and yeah, we'll talk to everybody soon. Go Lakers.
You guys have a good one.